I was sitting at my 3.5-legged wooden desk that I had picked up from the local Goodwill store. One side of the desk was being held up by a pile of books to keep the surface flat. I could hear the train rumbling past our 2-bedroom apartment as I sat in my office working on my old laptop. I was 6 months into my career of becoming a life coach. I was really excited about the possibilities of this new path ahead. I had huge desires of wanting to build a business where I could coach people and help them reach their potential. My dreams were that this business would give me not only financial reward, but a deep sense of meaning in my life. I had seen other people in the industry already starting to do this, but my reality was very different. I was incredibly frustrated with the fact that my business wasn't moving forward as fast as I wanted. At this point, I basically had no clients and no momentum. Well, I did kind of have a client. I had half a client. It was one of those people you work with where they say they are going to turn up to a coaching session, and sometimes they did and sometimes they didn't. Then they pay you every second or third month and keep you hoping that one day it'll turn into a more serious engagement. To say I was desperate to see a change in my life is an understatement. As I sat at my second-hand desk, my phone rang. It was a friend who was in coaching school with me. He said he had a speaking engagement coming up that he wasn't able to do. It was a pro bono engagement. In other words, it wasn't paying any money. However, he said it might be a good opportunity for me to get myself out there. I thanked him for the referral and said I would love to do it. At the time, I was not a professional speaker. The only type of speaking I had done was in college and at my local youth group occasionally on a Friday night in front of 12-year-olds. I remember thinking about this free speaking engagement and starting to freak out completely. I started telling myself, who do you think you are to speak professionally at an event like this? You're not qualified enough. You're going to get up in front of them and people are going to think you aren't credible. You're not ready for this type of professional engagement. I had all of this going through my mind, and I remember having a conversation with my amazing wife, Sarah. She said something to me that changed everything. It wouldn't have shown up in your life if you weren't ready for it. I decided to believe her and kept on working toward building my presentation for the evening that was inevitably approaching. When the evening of the event arrived, it was literally a dark and stormy night as I walked up the stairs with my wife on my arm, but in truth I was really hanging onto her arm. The event organizer saw me and came running over, telling me, "I'm so excited that you came tonight. We are having our biggest event yet. We have 137 people who have come out into the city to hear what you have to say." For me, this was the worst news of the night. Not only was I going to get up in front of these people and look stupid, but I was going to do it in front of their biggest crowd to date.